As a new lead or supervisor, do we know what our jobs are and the tasks that we're responsible for? Man, talk about being torn in 20 different directions and then surprised, maybe even disgruntled with our boss when he or she jumps on us for not having something done? Well, that's what I'd like to talk about today. We may know our job, but do we know anything about the responsibilities that go along with it? I'm Marty with Warehouse and Operations as a career. Last quarter, we talked a lot about leadership, time management, and some on procrastination. These are 3 things we start learning about with our very first job. In our chosen fields or light industrial work, whether we are entering the manufacturing, production, or distribution environments, maybe even the transportation world, we need to learn a little about each one of those traits. We all have to take on a little bit of a leadership role. If a new warehouse utility person is hired, even as a peer in the department, it's our responsibility to help make him or her successful. And to do that, we'll be using some time management skills. We may not even know that we're doing it, but we are at some point. That's the only way we're going to get everything done. And the procrastination, we all do it. Be honest. Shoot, I still haven't gone to pick up a tire for my Jeep. I'm building a little creek crosser, and well, I honestly don't want to take it off and put on a new one. So let's talk about our knowing our job. Today I want to speak to the positions of lead or supervision. But every position has its, maybe the backside, or those responsibilities that are there, but just not talked about. Take sanitation. Yes, our job is to keep the floor swept, cardboard, shrink wrap, and wood chips picked up. And of course, we'll have a master sanitation cleaning list to keep up to date for regulatory reasons, and probably 50 other things we need to do on each shift. But has anyone ever told us that one of our responsibilities is to stay upbeat, appear happy, and support all the others? As sanitation, we work around everyone else. We are in a position to help our forklift operators, order selectors, or machine operators, packers and grinders, etc. Their jobs are tough too. A happy moment, a quick thumbs up in the aisle, or a positive comment can go a long way. Okay, I got to get back to topic. As a new lead or supervisor, and I am going to use those titles as one today, and I'll try and point out the differences as they come up. But for all practical purposes, we'll be talking about the frontline management jobs as a whole. Now, we could have been promoted because we were the best unloader or the best packer or an above average case per hour order selector, things like that, or maybe because we had a conversation early on with our manager and shared that we had a plan and a goal, that we wanted to be a leader. Possibly we went and took some courses or training and our management team was willing to take a chance on us. In any event, at this level, we've probably came up through the ranks, so we'll know how to perform all the tasks associated with our department. And we are probably very comfortable performing them. In our new roles, it is important that we can separate ourselves from them, though. Of course, our new position can be a working lead or supervisor, and we'll still be performing those tasks, but we cannot, let that labor part of our job be a crutch. It is so easy to do what we know, maybe procrastinate regarding our new duties. Let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about. We'll use an unloading lead or supervisor task for explaining purposes, but most any position can be substituted here. So let's say as a lead or supervisor, you have an unloading crew of, say 10 lumpers. You'll do around 40,000 cases a day, maybe between 45 and 50 trailers or containers, and we'll be working with about 15 or 16 dock doors. And I'll add that our team works on both ambient or dry and cooler docks. Now, our team are fairly good at what they do. We'll say at least average. They know all the process. The drivers check in at a check-in window. They're assigned a door. We as lumpers will go get the breakdown sheets or maybe the bill of ladings or purchase orders to give to the receiver. And depending on what our company's procedure is, then we will go start unloading our trailer. Once we get a pallet stacked, we run it out of the trailer and stage it where it goes so the receiver can get it tagged and received. And the put-away forklift operator or pallet runner hauls it away, right? We are that working lead or supervisor, so we may unload a trailer or truck here and there, maybe a roll-off or small breakdown, LTL, things like that. Being that lead or supervisor, we can have other responsibilities as well. We will have other responsibilities as well, and we need to accept them as well. We may be responsible for sending out a morning email stating the cases for the day, how many crew members that we have on the docks, our anticipated pallets for the day, and maybe something about our outlook for the day or how we believe it is going to go. And we'll have some sort of regulatory concerns too. Maybe a roster, our startup or safety meeting documentation, checking to confirm that all trailers are chalked and they're safe for our crew to enter. Then we'll have to confirm that all of our associates performed a pre-trip on each piece of their equipment that they'll be using that day. Oh, and throughout the day, we'll probably have brief meetings with our company's management and our customers' team. And our team may be responsible for a little sanitation by the doors and the front docks. We could be responsible for documenting that it is clean and ready for the next shift. And in most environments, there'll probably be somewhere around 25 other responsibilities to do too. It is so easy to slide back into our lumper role. We know it, we're good at it, and we're comfortable with it. But we have a team to do that. That is their responsibility. Sure, it's our responsibility to oversee it, but we have our job to do too. When we took the position, we were excited about our additional responsibilities. We finally had the opportunity to fix what we always thought was done wrong and could be done much better. What happened to that us? I tell you what, human nature kicked in. We feel like, and it is, our job to get those doors closed for the next shift. We are responsible for the labor expense, pallet expense, productivity, and man hours, along with everyone's safety to get those doors closed. Yes, you are, but those are your team's responsibilities too. If we have accepted our responsibilities as leads and supervisors and have taught the skills needed to our teams while holding them accountable for their jobs, well, we will have the time and assurances and trust that the doors are going to get closed. We can do our job, our real job, the job that we were given and accepted, which was to oversee our crew, work along beside them, meet all regulatory concerns, build and create a strong culture of safety, while growing our company and achieving all its goals, and our goals for that matter. It is so easy to fold, though. Use the inbound cases as a crutch and to procrastinate because we do not use our time wisely or plan for our day. Let's dig in a little deeper. That first day that we don't send the first email of the day because we're busy or didn't answer that phone call because we're too busy? Why are we so busy? Maybe an extra truck showed up that we have to take or a crew member called in sick. We'd, of course, have to jump in and help unload it. And, of course, that is the correct decision to make. However, how long would it have taken for us to send that morning email? Really. We have the head count, case count, and pallet count right there on our desk or our workstation. Maybe, 3 minutes? Let's say even 10 minutes. Would that have changed the outcome of the morning? How long could that call that we didn't take have really held us up? Even if just to say, hey, I'm busy, I'll call you back. We either procrastinated or we were rattled and not in control of the situation. And both are bad in our position, and both are really easily corrected. We just need to stay out in front of our day. A plan, if you will. I mean, what if the plant manager or floor supervisor or maybe the receiver had came over to us with a problem or a situation? We would have stopped what we were doing and spent that 3 or 10 minutes with them, right? It is so easy to revert back to old habits, our comfort zone. But we have to accept that growth stops there and then. You know, even if our management team accepts that that's all that they're going to get out of us and we get to keep our jobs, our careers have basically stopped. It is doubtful that we will get that next promotion. We have not been able to fulfill all the requirements of our present position. So how do we continue to grow and prosper, you may ask? When there is just not enough time to get everything done, what do we do to create more time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's honestly a lot easier than you think. And once you start doing it correctly, you'll see it and go, dang, is that all there was to it? But then it's hard not to revert back to our comfort zones too. It's that human nature thing. We are programmed to be comfortable. All we have to do is get comfortable with something else. Now, it's a little work, but first we'll need to make sure our team knows what and how to do their job. They need to know that we are there for them, that we respect them, and that we are consistently going to be fair to each and every one of them, and that we are all going to be held accountable for doing our jobs. You know, having friends is good. Having great employees is money in your pocket, though. And then it's important that we schedule our day. No, it's not impossible. It's actually pretty easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and make up some times and tasks here. So write down that you're going to send that morning email at 6:15 a.m. and put that reminder in your phone. Next, plan out your daily startup meeting or safety meeting. Then make a reminder for 6:45 that you are walking the dock and checking with your receivers. Put your lunchtime in there. Have a reminder for it. We're scheduling our complete day. Then maybe make a reminder to check with your plant manager. Just a quick, how's things going, man? Oh, and schedule to do the same with your safety manager. If we approach them around the same time every day, they will know that we are organized, that we have a plan. And remember, you can delegate some of your daily things too. Maybe assign a lumper to check wheel chocks every hour. Give them a piece of paper with times and door numbers across the top and sides. Just to place a check mark beside each that have them. And a comment line, if he or she has to say something to a driver. Done. One less simple task for us, and it didn't cost them more than 5 minutes of their time. Being a good lead, supervisor, or leader is nothing more than doing what we always wanted our own leaders and bosses to do before we took their jobs. We've been taught. We know what we want to accomplish, and I assure you that you can do it. You are the right man or woman for the task. Put all those human nature urges behind you, push through the procrastination, hone your time management skills, and just go make it happen. You are the best one for the job. Remember, if you don't do it your way by being that leader, then you're going to do it someone else's way because they will be that leader. Well, apologies for going a little long today, but as you know, we here at WAOC feel our careers can rock. Not only provide for our families, but fill our needs of accomplishment and success as well. Until next week, march forward, climb over any obstacles, and go make it happen. Be safe in all y'all do so we can visit again next week.